Everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a video on how to get confidence to dress how you want in public. This is going to be focusing on like alternative styles, but I suppose it could really work for anybody. I hear a lot of young teens online mostly talk about how, oh, I would love to dress like emo, scene, decora, but I just don't have the confidence. And that kind of makes me sad because I feel like everybody should live authentically how they want. And we've all been there. It takes bravery to really step outside of the box. Since 2020, there's been a real uptick in alternative fashion, which I think is very cool and makes it easier for these people, but it's valid to still be scared. As someone who has been dressing alternatively throughout high school, I feel like I have a little authority on the matter, and I like to think that I like to think that I'm mature for 17, so this is how you can get the confidence to dress how you want. And yeah, I am reading off of my Tumblr post on this. Like, I don't want to make it super obvious that I'm reading off my phone, but I am, so I apologize. And I'm also trying to look more into the camera and not at myself, because you're not supposed to do that. So hey. Okay, first up, realize why you're scared. Is it because you're afraid of being picked on? You don't want to be different than your peers? You're afraid your friends aren't going to want to be friends with you anymore? These are all valid fears, but once you realize why you're scared, you can start breaking that down. Change isn't bad. Everyone changes. Look around. The seasons change. Animals change. They migrate. They don't stay in the same place. So why shouldn't you change? Just because you aren't always dressing this way doesn't mean that you can't start now. As for the fear of being picked on, forget those people. Do you know why people like that will tease people that seem different? Because they're jealous deep down. It's like when you see someone else doing what you wish you could, that sparks like an anger inside of you. Like, look at them being so authentic and I can't do that for myself, It's jealousy, and that sucks that they're doing that, but it's not your fault. It's nothing you're doing. It has to do with them. As people say, hurt people hurt people. You're not the problem, they are. If you're afraid of being physically hurt or injured, that's a completely different thing that I understand, and I don't have experience with that. That's a whole nother issue that I am not going to get into, and I'm sorry if that's your situation. Okay, second point, start slow. Do not just go buy a whole new wardrobe and then jump into it. That's super jarring, and I can understand how that will be scary. Start slow, just like slowly add in some accessories, stuff that you usually wouldn't. To get used to that, because once you see that these things are fine, you'll start opening yourself up naturally. Big changes can be pretty jarring, so if you really ease yourself in, that can be better. And if you want any advice on how to build an emo or scene wardrobe, I actually have a video on that I will link up in there. Number 3 is have some role models. By this I mean people you look up to. It could be fashion-wise, it could be for their personality. It really doesn't matter, but usually they would want to be in the subculture that you dress in. Really doesn't matter. It could be some people that you follow. It could be musicians. It could be old scene queens, fashion icons, anybody really. Just pick someone that you personally look up to, and that can be your person. I'm saying this because you'll look at these people and say, if they can do it, so can I. It will make you feel less alone, and that's kind of what you need. And speaking specifically on Tumblr, a lot of people don't mind if you send them asks. Ask culture on Tumblr is like really declined lately, so if you have some like fashion person that you're like, how do you do this? Send them an ask. They won't mind. I don't mind. I love getting asked like that. Someone sent me an ask asking how I do my hair and stuff. It was amazing. I loved it. I enjoyed every second of it. Keep doing that. And this is kind of in the same point. Number 4 is build a good community. I kind of feel like online culture has declined a little. Like, I'm gonna speak specifically for Tumblr. A lot of people only repost old posts. Like, they'll just post pictures of old scene queens and stuff. That kind of makes me mad. Whole nother rant for a different time. But find people, because there are people that are in your style, and follow them. Be their friend. Somebody has to make the first move. Don't be shy to do it. You're online. And like, you don't have to be the social butterfly, but just 1 or 2 people, And then again, specifically speaking for Tumblr, we now have communities, like an actual feature where you can join these types of things. That's super cool to me personally. You can also search tags. Space Hay has a lot of alternative people on it, mostly. Yeah, like Y2K, 2000s emos, all those type of things. Scene. Yeah, like, build a community so you have people to talk with, like-minded people. Number 5 is fake it till you make it. You might be completely unconfident, but they don't have to know that. And I don't mean go out and exude confidence like a little laser beam. I just mean don't like sit there like all timid and oh my god, like You know, like now you're opening yourself up for stuff, you know? Even in the comfort of your own home, dance in the mirror, take some pictures, even if you don't post them online, just for you to have, edit them super cool. And going back to point number 2, with starting slow, those stuff that you add to your wardrobe, when you wear them with pride. Okay, point number 6 is be the change that you want to see. What I mean is if you want people to be kinder, you be kinder. You know it feels really good giving compliments. It feels really good to get compliments, and giving them feels good too. A lot of people, for some reason, don't like giving compliments because they think that like the other person's gonna judge them or whatever. But I feel like when you give out more, you get more in return. There are a lot of alternative subcultures like punk, emo, goth. There's kind of this stereotype about us that we're mean or rude and all this stuff, you know? And that kind of, I mean, it's bad, but it scares people. And if you go against that and show people who you really are, that kind of changes the narrative on how people think. And in turn, they'll start coming and saying nice things to you. And number 7, lastly, realize being cringe is okay. I know people say this a lot, but it is. What is cringe? Define cringe. Weird? Different? We're all weird. We're all different. Everybody's weird about something. Even the most normal people have something that they're absolutely weird about. Think about, I don't know, like some popular kid at your school. They probably have some weird hobby, and that's okay. And like, as I said earlier, some people are just too afraid to be themselves. Everybody's weird about something, but not everybody is authentic in that. In 80 years, when you're all old and on your deathbed, do you want to regret your life choices? Do you want to sit there like, oh, I wish I would have dressed this way when I was 15? No, you're going to want to look back at your life and be proud of yourself. Authentic in you is the best thing you can do. You're the only person that can be you. All you can be is you. So be you. And remember that this could take months, years even. I feel like the past month and a, not month, the past year and a half, I've kind of broken out of my shell. Like freshman, sophomore year, I feel like I was still a little nervous about dressing the way I wanted. I've always wanted to do this, and I've always wanted to experiment with my style, but there was that fear, especially going into high school, that people were going to judge me weirdly. And you know, they did. People do that, but I'm not going to say it's gone away, but it's lessened since I've started being confident in myself. Like some people still make weird remarks like, oh, why are you wearing handcuffs? Because they're cool. And that's what you have to say when someone's like, why are you wearing this? Why are you doing that? Because I like it and it's cool. That's why. That's your answer. Personally, I don't even want to fit in with those type of people, because if someone isn't going to like you for who you are, what's the point? Because there are like-minded people. No matter how alone you might ever feel, there are people who will love you for who you are and who will think you're cool. I do. I think you're cool. I'll be your first fan. I think you're amazing. And I hope this didn't come off like super cliche, because I genuinely believe these things. Like, I'm speaking like from here. So if you're like, oh, that's super cliche, well, yada yada, well, it's kind of what I had to say. I feel I could have elaborated on some stuff better. I really could have. You can shoot me an ask on my Tumblr. Linked in the description. Xander is brain dead. Hope you liked this video. I hope I wasn't looking at myself too much and at the camera. Yeah. Bye. I have this ring light, dude. Hold on.